In today's video, we're going to be talking about a couple of different catalysts that I personally believe could lead to a flash crash in the markets. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about silver and gold, along with a variety of other markets and some news going on right here domestically and internationally that I believe could potentially lead to a flash crash. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Got the limited edition Halloween tees available in 3 different colors, and the DYDSS Fight Collection, helping raise a little bit of funds and awareness for the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated, but today is Tuesday, October 12th, 2021. We're going to get into the spot price of silver and gold momentarily, but head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. So first things first, before we can even get into the precious metals, I wanted to talk about some news going on right now. I'm sure it's no surprise, but we have a lot going on right now, and not to say that that's unusual, but I've been keeping an especially close eye on a couple of different issues these last few weeks because they're creating a lot of fear and uncertainty in the markets right now, and I believe that they could be catalysts that drive prices down, at least in the short term. And by the way, really quick, if you're interested in stocks, make sure to get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull. The link will be in the description. Just make a deposit of any amount. It could be as little as a penny. They'll give you 2 free stocks. And then if you refer 3 friends, they'll give you $150 worth of a fractional share of Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, or Google. Link in the description. So first things first, we have to talk about a couple of different things. I've been covering this, but the multi-trillion-dollar infrastructure package is still on the table. We've already passed the $1 trillion deal, but it's essentially being held hostage to be fully passed until a larger deal is also passed before it officially comes to fruition. The larger deal was 46's $3.5 trillion deal, which ended up failing, and most of us pretty much expected that. And 46 actually admit defeat on that one and said that the new one has to be smaller. So the new one is supposed to be somewhere between 1.9 and 2.2 trillion dollars, but House progressives want something between 2.5 and 3 trillion dollars, which is probably going to end up being the case considering 46 seems to be easy to push around. I mean, we've seen him fold and give in on nearly everything over the last 8 or 9 months, and if you and I are seeing it, you better believe the politicians are seeing it. So this infrastructure fiasco is creating a lot of fear because, number one, it's taking so freaking long to make headway, but 2, it's more spending, which is probably ill-timed, but 46 claims that the deal will pay for itself because it includes tax increases. Next up, we have 2 separate issues that can be somewhat lumped together because they both had apparently non-extendable deadlines that somehow got extended. The government budget to prevent a shutdown and raising the debt ceiling so we don't default on our debt. I wouldn't hold your breath on this because they both ended up getting kicked down the road until the end of the year, so we might not even get much info on either of these issues until mid-December, early to mid-December. But then again, let's be honest, it'll probably get pushed into January so these political dorks can take their much-needed vacations while the rest of us suffer. Next up, some unemployment and employment news. We got the jobs report for September last week, and it was a train wreck. It was expected that we would reach 500,000 jobs because we had set the bar lower so the target was easier to hit. And we didn't even come close. We didn't even get halfway there. We only reached 194,000 jobs. And pretty much the only reason the unemployment report didn't look as bad as it should have was because seasonal workers who were off for the summer started returning to their jobs now that it's fall. Then in international news, the Afghanistan disaster still continues. I know the news isn't really covering it anymore, but we're still evacuating people from the chaos. And in addition to that, the tension between China and Taiwan is still pretty intense. This really got very heated last week, and over the weekend it seemed to simmer down a little bit, and I ended up, taking my foot off the gas, not paying attention to it. But then, come to find out, it's flaring back up, and now China's releasing military training videos that include conducting invasion drills, cutting barbed wire, and digging trenches. And then finally, in digital currency news, 46's administration is considering an executive order on digital currencies and pushing for further regulation. They want to get the Treasury Department, the National Security Agencies, and a variety of other entities involved in cracking down on crypto. And it's also been said that they're trying to figure out a way to create a new type of crypto tax that's higher than the regular short-term and long-term capital gains tax rate. And a lot of investors are arguing that it can be taxed 100% and it doesn't even matter because they can't tax what you don't sell. Yes, they can. It's called negative interest rates, and other countries are already doing this on your average, everyday, regular savings accounts. And if you don't think the government is greedy enough to implement something like that, you're out of your mind. So in conclusion, we have a lot of catalysts that are creating massive amounts of uncertainty right now, and this can really drive prices down, at least for the short term, because we have some drama queens in the market that paper hand everything over every little itty-bitty drop of fear. So again, we could see the spot price of silver and gold begin to drop in the short term. We can see the stock market begin to drop. I mean, yesterday, Monday morning, I did a Monday morning market open live stream in the Precious Metals VIP Club. And at the beginning, we saw the S&P 500, we saw the Dow Jones, and we saw the NASDAQ all in the red. It didn't last very long. They all went into the green. But today, very similar happened as well. So once again, if you want to get your 2 free stocks and a possibility of getting a $150 fractional share of Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, or Google, link will be in the description. Get yourself on Webull. And now finally, let's get away from the negative news. Let's talk a little bit more about something that's positive. Let's talk about the silver and the gold. Spot price of silver, as I'm filming the video, is $22.61. It's up 0.22% or up 5 cents. And the spot price of gold is $1765.60. It's up 0.67% or up $11.80. And the gold to silver ratio is in the 77 to 78 to 1 range. But of course, that's as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. But I wanted to talk about silver and gold today for a couple of different reasons. I just did an unboxing video yesterday. I'm sure many of you have already seen it. Unboxing the beautiful silver werewolf coin. This is something that I've been waiting on for so unbelievably long. I mean, I waited over a year just to figure out what the design was even going to be, and then I've just been waiting the last couple of weeks since pre-ordering it, once it was finally up for pre-sale, and it finally arrived. Did an unboxing video, and I'm really excited about that, and you better believe this will be on display for most videos from here on out. And of course, for the month of October, I just have this beautiful little Grim Reaper silver round, an antiqued Grim Reaper round. I got this in 2018, and this is always on display for the month of October, or should I say the month of Halloween. In addition to that right there, I will be doing my regular pickup at the local coin shop. I don't really get any silver online anymore, but sometimes I have to make an exception. I get most of my silver from the local coin shop, and I'm just going to keep it boring, keep it simple, keep it as basic as possible. Just stick to the 90%. No big deal, nothing serious. Doesn't require any strategizing, doesn't require really anything at all. All it requires me to do is stop by on the way home from work and trade a couple of dollars for some 90%. And I'm going to stick to Washington quarters just because they make the most sense to me. But in addition to silver, I also wanted to talk about gold because I have some gold on the way, and if you are a VIP Club member, you will be able to tune into the live unboxing. If you're not a VIP Club member, the link will be in the description. But I have some gold backs on the way, and I'm pretty excited about that. I've been talking about these quite a bit as of recently. These are all the gold backs that I own. I have all of the 1s and one of the 5s. I will soon have all of the 5s. And who knows, I'll probably be ending up going after the 10s shortly after. Probably not this month. I'll probably wait it out until November, but I definitely want the set of the 1s, 5s, and 10s. As for the 25s and the 50s, price kind of steep. Not against it, but I don't know if I'm really for it. But either way, when it comes to the silver, when it comes to the gold, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to keep it boring. I have found over the years that boring oftentimes is better when it comes to the stacking and when it comes to the investing. Boring a lot of the time is just simply better, hands down better, superior in many ways. Of course, you can mix and match it up. Something that's more fun, like the Kraken, like the Werewolf, like the Aztec calendar, like some gold backs. But oftentimes, boring is better. And when I say boring, this is what I mean. Simple junk silver quarters. You can go for some quote-unquote junk gold. Sounds weird to say junk gold, but pre-33 gold, a lot of the time, you can get a pretty good bang for your buck. I personally just choose to stick with what we have up there, the top center part of the screen, fractional gold coins. I know the premiums are a little bit higher on fractional gold, which is why I'm not really interested in 10th ounce anymore. I'm leaning more towards quarter ounce now, and I'm even considering getting myself my very first half ounce gold coin. I definitely want to keep it fractional. There is a very specific reason I do that. And yes, a little bit higher of a premium comes along with that. I view it as a security expense, so I don't really mind. And a lot of people suggest that the higher premium doesn't matter anyway because you can always get it back. But I have no intention of getting that premium back because I have no intention of selling, so that is not really anything that matters all that much to me. At least it's not at the top of my priority list. It's important to remember, it's important to take note of, it's important to take into consideration, especially for emergency purposes. I don't plan on selling any of my silver or gold. Will I ever be in a position where I do sell my silver and gold though? Even though I don't want to, sure, it could happen. I can stumble upon some financial hardships. Nobody's invincible when it comes to their currency or when it comes to their money. If I'm ever in a really bad position, at the very least, I know my silver and gold is there for me, just in case. A physical at-home savings account. And it's just as liquid as cash. There is a spending deterrent, because it requires a middleman. You got to go to the coin shop, or you got to put it up online for sale, eBay or social media or whatever. Of course, you got to get a buyer first before you can get the cash. But it's easy, especially if you do it online. There will always, always, always be a customer. And if somebody says no, for every no, there's like 1,000 yeses. So it's not anything I'm concerned about. It's not anything I'm worried about. It's not anything that even crosses my mind. I know that my silver and gold is there for me if push comes to shove. And boring silver, I personally believe, is probably the easiest to work with. It's probably the most liquid. It's probably the most recognizable. And not for nothing, but it helps that they are technically fractional US coins. Fractional coins. Both parts of that label are good. Fractional and coins. Fractional because they're easier to work with. You can break a larger denomination piece of silver if you need to. It's like having a bunch of singles rather than having a bunch of 50s or $100 bills. Easier to work with. You can make change if need be. So that's where fractional comes into play. And then when it comes to coins, keyword coin, not round, not bar, coins, just means they're government minted. Higher level of notoriety, more trusted, more respected worldwide, even if you're working with somebody that's not even from here. These are US coins right here. And guess what? Canadians buy these all the time. People all around the world buy these all the time. And guess what? Here in the US, I'm getting Canadian coins. I get Mexican coins. I get stuff from all over the place. Because guess what? It doesn't matter where it's minted. It doesn't matter which sovereign government backs the piece of silver. What's most important is that it's silver. But being that it's backed by a sovereign government just gives it a little bit more strength, I would say. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But it's more recognizable. So fractional coins, and that's exactly what these are right here. So the silver dime is about roughly 1/14 of a troy ounce. The silver quarter is in there, about 1/6 of a troy ounce. $half is about 1/3 of a troy ounce. Fractional silver coins. What more could you want? So when it comes to silver, that's why I think boring silver is better. Not to say that there's anything wrong with literally anything on screen right here. Absolutely not. Silver at the end of the day. It does not matter. I personally couldn't care less. But 90% silver just has the cheapest premiums right now, at least at my local coin shop and most of the websites I look at. 90% silver is just the way to go. It's not really making a whole lot of sense to me to pay crazy high premiums on stacking. No, why pay more? Why convert more currency into less money voluntarily? Why do that? I mean, you can if you want to, if there's certain coins, rounds, or bars that you want. But for me, there's not really a whole lot of coins, rounds, or bars, specific coins, rounds, or bars that I want. I just want the silver, the physical silver content. I want the weight, which is why predominantly I'm stacking that 90%. And I will soon be getting back into gold coins, which is a little distracted right now with these beautiful gold backs. But yeah, I think boring a lot of the time is better. Boring is a lot of the time cheaper, a lot of the time more convenient, a lot of the time more liquid, a lot of the time more recognizable, and a lot of the time performs better in a variety of different ways. And very similar could be said about the stock market as well. I mean, sure, you can have fun and invest in very specific stocks, or you can do what a majority of the multi-billionaires do and just put it into index funds. Nobody wakes up in the morning and gets excited about index funds like, oh man, I can't wait to dive into the S&P 500 today. Not a lot of people say that. I'm sure some people do. I do. But that's just because I think boring is better. Index funds are, yeah, they're boring. They're not really all that exciting. They're not too exhilarating or whatever the word is. But guess what? Oftentimes they perform the best. So I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. When it comes to the silver, when it comes to the gold, when it comes to even the stock market, what are your thoughts? Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull and making a deposit of any amount. It could be as little as a penny. They'll give you 2 free random stocks. And then if you refer 3 of your friends to the app, they'll give you $150 fractional share of Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, or Google. Link in the description. And then, of course, when it comes to all of these catalysts, all of this news, domestic news, international news, China versus Taiwan, everything happening in Afghanistan, the debt ceiling being raised, extending the government budget, infrastructure deals, unemployment, employment, jobs report, digital currency crackdown. What do you think all of these things are going to do to the markets in the very short term? I'm not talking about 6 months, 6 years down the road. I'm talking about 6 days, 6 weeks down the road, which at the end of the day really do not matter. It's not about the short term. It's about the long term if you're in it for the long haul. But you can absolutely capitalize on short-term opportunities. And I think that in the event of a flash crash, which I think is entirely possible right now, it can open up a lot of doors for those of us who are stacking, those of us who are investing. So head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic and how all of these catalysts might impact the markets, specifically precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I'm posting exclusive VIP-only adventure vlogs. I also do giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. A bunch of brand new videos over there. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 3,000 subscribers. We just hit 2,000, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations. Got the limited edition DYDSS Halloween tees available in 3 different colors, as well as the DYDSS Fight Collection, raising a little bit of funds and awareness for the National Breast Cancer Foundation for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? Ran through a whole list of things going on in the world right now, and that's not even scratching the surface. Those are just some of the key factors, the key catalysts, the key things that I believe we should be paying attention to right now or keeping an especially close eye on. These are not things that you want to ignore. These are things that you want to pay very close attention to, because guess what? Every little move that gets made, oftentimes these moves are made in the dark when nobody's paying attention, but if you are paying attention, it can open up so many opportunities for you. You can stay multiple steps ahead of the game, and I fully believe that this could lead to a flash crash. I fully believe that this could potentially lead to massive volatility. I mean, we're already seeing quite a bit of volatility, but I believe there could be some pretty red days in front of us. So head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.